Well, we finally made it to the top of the Cosmobot in no time flat. No, we're only like halfway up.
I was about to say, like, we literally went into the foot, and all of a sudden we're literally on his tongue.
It was a no. This is his hip.
Oh, why does his hip have a face?
No one knows.
Yes.
I don't want to think about that. But yep, we have one last potentially jank platforming event ahead of us. And so we were talking about this earlier, Jordy, and I would say that unfortunately I'd have to argue that I think this area in terms of a difficulty spike is even a little bit worse than the Meat Circus.
I mean, I have not played this game, nor do I think I'm going to, but, you know, you stand by your opinion, I'll stand by mine, so I'm willing to respect that.
I'll just say that like this, like right here, you have to tiptoe. I don't know. It's a lot more precise than I think Double Fine needed a Raz to be in this.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I will say in Vince's defense, though, I'd say for what I do remember playing in the game, it seems like his controls are a bit tighter than Raz's. Like, Raz has all those fancy abilities that more or less makes him, well, you know, about as versatile as he is, but he's about as loose with his controls as I want to say maybe Banjo.
Yep. So here's the problem now. While I'm moving towards this,
Oh.
we stomp on these
no.
these platforms, and he has a very, very big hand.
Bigger.
You
oh,
know
that's
what they
hand.
say
I thought
about
that
the
was like a
robot.
boot.
And you know what they say about the robots with the very, very big hands.
What's that?
They have
Bless
very,
you.
very big pants.
Did you say very big pants?
Yes.
Yes, it rhymed.
Oh, okay.
Hands don't rhyme, though.
Pants. No, that doesn't rhyme.
Yeah, no, so that's definitely his hand. It's rotating around. There it is. Perfect. Let's go. Also, the other thing that reminds me of, it's a boss from Epic Mickey 2, but just the way his hand was lit up reminded me of the how one of the bosses in Epic Mickey 2 is the what's the name of the dragon from Pete's Dragon? Elliot. Like it was a light up Elliot because it was supposed to be reminiscent of the Electrical Parade, which I still like the tune of. It's catchy. Whoops, there we go. Now we gotta deal with this arbitrary little maze inside of him.
It's not quite built up to code from the looks of it.
Also, I like how you thought you could just cheat by just walking on the edge of that thing.
Nah, unfortunately, there's like a pane of glass, and I thought I could fit in through that hole, but nope, gotta go down and.
It's glass so transparent that you would swear it wasn't even there.
Thank you, developers. Is there any reason to do this? Nope. Let's go back up. Jump. There you go. Now you're making it. Now you're doing what I want you to do.
Now you're making
that's
progress.
I couldn't see for a minute there.
Now I'm playing with power.
Welcome to
Easily done for now. Now we just have to hover over there, get out that pane with a sneaky edit that I'm sure everyone already caught on to. And now we just need to continue this I mean, okay, so I'll say this right now. As far as what they're doing here, yes, I absolutely think that the power of the Xbox is being shown off here with how because this is all massive. If I were to accidentally fall right now and drop all the way down, I would actually wind up back in that first arena, and I'd have to climb all the way back up, which is what makes this annoying. So if you fall, you want to make sure that fall kills you, so that you can at least respawn somewhere else.
Duly noted.
But in terms of the sheer scale and size, the sheer size of this place, it is impressive.
Yeah.
To like see us scaling this massive robot up to scale. We just need to get a little bit further up. Also, I want to make sure I know where that hand is, because I have a feeling that it's about ready to slap something in front of me.
So, honestly feels like they could have given us one more Voodoo-esque power where we could literally zip from one place to another in a little faster succession than what we're doing right now.
There it is.
That actually is a power that we can get in Psychonauts 2, which is why I'm also looking forward to doing that game sometime this year.
I never got around to finishing that, and honestly, considering how long it is and how long it takes for it to load on the PlayStation 4, I don't think I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, like, actually in terms of length, like, it's even longer than the first game, isn't it?
It is.
Oh yeah. No, and there's definitely a more fleshed out post game than Psychonauts 1 never had a post game.
No.
Not as far as I remember, no.
So yeah, this one actually allows you to have a post game, which is really nice. Okay,
I mean, yeah, no, all that extended development time wasn't for nothing.
Oh no, of course not.
All right, now we gotta continue scaling upwards. Okay, now where do I go?
There.
Oh, here we go. So I mean, I'll say this, that like it pulls off the idea that we are just scaling up. This thing's like shredded like metal and stuff. It feels neat, but I don't know. As you've already noticed by now with how long we're doing this, I feel like it's a little bit long in the tooth in terms of trying to get to the top of this thing.
Yeah, again,
it seems tedious.
Just again, an ability to literally, like, if not outright zip us from point to point, like, I don't know, maybe like some sort of like warping mechanism.
Oh yeah. But we finally made it.
Or hell, just give us a jetpack or something, or a rocket.
It's our plane friend again. It's time for that second time we ever used this thing I was telling you. So right there, we gotta shoot him where it hurts. 'Cause now we got ourselves a gun.
Woohoo!
That does not overheat. So we just need to dodge its missiles and shoot that sucker in the mouth.
Assuming it
Yeah,
was
that
to
seems
shoot.
trippy. Holy crap.
There we go. Got one
Wow.
hit.
So now you got him.
Yep. So let's just keep at that. Oh, darn. Sorry. Let's get around this thing and turn around and. I will say though, a little bit nicer to control. Nice. A little bit nicer to control than Kazooie piloting in first person in 2 when I'm trying to hit frickin' Mr. Patches.
Oh, well, you just lucked out there.
Yeah, you really lucked out.
Darn, a little bit more. Okay, fine. You
So
turn.
So what do you gotta take? Like, what do you gotta hit this thing like 5 times?
Yep. Also, sorry for anyone who has motion sickness, and got him.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've ridden on roller coasters before, and they are not. This feels like a roller coaster, just with the way it's going fast back and forth.
Time to go inside this Cosmobot.
Straight to the brain.
They've been making some sort of like, so it looks like they've been using the zombie dust of some sort to create some sort of psychic connected brain, organic and everything. So as that fast travel point will show you, this is officially the point of no return.
Well, assuming, of course, you decide to not take that train.
Right, and go for every little goodie in the game, which, again, I don't really care. Just be warned, the minute you start climbing, that's it. So, because that weird voodoo vortex down there, that will start climbing upwards. That will start rising like water. And yeah, if at any point in time we touch that void, that's it.
Game over, man.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of which.
Speaking of.
And we're dead.
The Grim Reaper says hi.
Hello.
Hello.
But yeah, no, this is where I would normally lose a lot of my lives because of one little mechanic that happens a lot. But I guess if there was supposed to be a 1-to-1 thing with remember in Psychonauts 1 that whole gauntlet that Raz's dream father has us go through.
Yeah,
yeah.
that.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that scenario actually a lot. So now it's time to pilot this thing. And
Yeah, that whole bit
right.
wasn't annoying at all.
Oh.
Oh,
Man.
well, at least you got through it.
That was anticlimactic.
Yeah. So now
Where's the splat?
There was supposed to be a great earth-shattering splat.
That sounds disgusting.
No, it doesn't.
Oh! Speaking of which,
There's the splat.
So we need to basically continue to we need to continue dealing damage to this thing. Unfortunately, this Cosmobot head is filled with all sorts of junk for me to get. It's a health violation, just waiting for a voodoo doll to be put to the test in there.
Can I just say that, like, for that moment when you were still stuck flat for a few seconds, I was expecting it to be like you would still keep playing, but it would just be like a flat voodoo pancake you were
Just
just hopping
paper.
around.
That'd be adorable.
it's amazing that we don't get with that with a voodoo doll. You kind of get that with Wario, though.
How are you gonna get up
Where am I
there?
supposed to go? I know, I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go next.
Well,
Whoa, the propellers.
Whoa.
Oh shoot!
I did it! I
was
survived
the
by landing
close
on the.
one.
And now I see the hover thing. I survived by landing on one of the propeller blades of that machine that I was on. Wow.
I'm amazed I'm surprised those of all things have an actual like flooring.
But I get again, like this. Again, for better or for worse, the Xbox's power is being shown off by just how many things have collision to them.
Well, I mean, those in particular, I'd imagine would have a hurt box more than anything.
Oh, that's yeah. I don't know why that doesn't kill me.
Ow! Clap! Ow!
I just realized the brain has a freaking Fez hat.
Yep.
I knew that.
Just like Cosmo.
Yep. Yep. As you can already see down there, that vortex is a rising, so it's time to move forward.
I know Cosmo has an inflated ego, but that's just ridiculous.
Again, stay tuned.
Gotta put fezzes on everything. God.
Here's my least favorite part of this. This way this system works, they will only rise when you're standing on the other one. And the other one will always continue to drop no matter what. So, again, 14-year-old me, it becomes that you have to like start balancing out, like, when do you jump onto it? How long do you keep it going? Because otherwise, you could just be in a loop where they're always going back and forth. So it's all about timing so that you are steadily climbing upwards.
I guess it's also just an instance of, like, sometimes it's being able to gauge how high you think your double jump will go so you can be able to reach the ledges.
Right, no, because again, as a kid, I used to mess that up, and I would overestimate my jump. So there, I've just wasted time because now I need to wait for that gear to get back down.
Well, it looks, at the very least, that vortex down there is taking its sweet time.
But just remember, you don't have you don't have all the time, so just be mindful. Okay, where am I going?
I would have just hopped back and forth in an instant.
I don't
wouldn't
think
have waited for it to rise up.
Well,
I don't
the thing
think
is
it works that well, Jordy.
Yeah, I was about to say, because again, that the thing is still making its way up, and if you just hop back forth, that means the gears would be rising up slowly.
And or they'd be like inching, or again, if you time it poorly enough, there we go. Again, if you time it poorly enough, this took me a try or two, because these things inch their way forward in such a way.
Huh.
Now, make it.
Woo.
And then thankfully that one will go first, and then this one. And you want to make sure that you are close to. This is gonna have to work. Oh my gosh. Okay, hurry.
Come on.
Getting it a little close.
All right, and this is it.
Okay.
With this, the brain will get one last dose of voodoo medicine.
Oh.
I mean, that may as well kill it at that point.
Okay, we gotta go a little bit. Fine. He doesn't know when to give up.
Haven't been thrashed enough yet, eh?
Hey.
And we both just fall. Now, this part's easy. Actually, it's fun enough in that if you were like me and died a whole bunch of times, you need to use a voodoo power-up on it. But this thing will give you all sorts of beads for as long as you hit it.
Oh, that's
Wow, that is.
So it's like Punch-Out. So there you go, Matt. This is for me not getting all the stars from Sandman because I was scared.
Alright, do your worst.
Yep, you just do one last voodoo power-up and that automatically triggers the last cutscene. We've done it.
Oh, is that it?
Yep, let's get home.
Woohoo!
We won! We saved the world and stopped Cosmo.
Wait a minute, what about the Madame?
We rule. Vince rules.
Did I forget
Right.
something? Oh, crap! Charmaine!
But turn around, turn around.
Yeah, go back.
Charmaine.
Tremaine?
Oh, there she
Oh,
is.
there she is.
Boss, nice to see you're in one piece.
Yes. Next time, perhaps, you can get me out of the robot before you destroy it.
Sorry.
Next time?
Next time.
This isn't over yet, Charmaine!
That's Madame Charmaine. You ignoramus.
I always say it as ignoramus.
Ooh.
I still possess the power supreme. Behold!
Well, let's see it.
Oh, he's gonna do it on himself. Dude.
No.
Yeah, that's nice.
Stop that. Silly man. So you're the big wizard. How would you like to see some real magic?
Oh,
Real
boy.
magic?
Boss, I think she's kind of mad.
That's an understatement, buddy.
Bluffing. She has no powers. The zombie dust is all gone.
It's true. I have no dust. But Vince does.
Yep.
Oh,
May I
Oh.
I've been collecting it this whole time.
here you
There
go.
And all we just need is just a little bit of that. Wish,
Boy.
perhaps.
Boy, you better run.
Oh, you better run.
Oop. Oh boy.
I always knew he was an airhead.
What happened? Why do you guys look so funny? We're balloons.
Huh.
Vince?
Why not?
Oh.
This.
Oh, we're about to commit that. Oh,
I'm surprised he didn't pop them.
well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we just committed manslaughter.
You mean we haven't already?
They were balloons. It's just a birthday party, if nothing else.
Sounds good. Say, boss, I'm curious. If you're so powerful, why do we live in that rundown old hovel? Why not conjure up a mansion or a private yacht?
It doesn't work like
Anyway,
that. Didn't you
as
know
they
that?
go, as they walk off into the
I just know
sunrise
that
of one
somebody gets
crazy
their own
night for
room while I
Louisiana,
sleep in a desk.
that's Voodoo Vince.
Wow.
I'd also like to bring up the
That was
potentially
quite an
touchy
experience,
subject
I'll give you
Of my
that.
other eye.
Granted, realize this isn't as important to some people as it is to me, but when you get into the area of depth perception,
That is very important. So there you go. That's Voodoo Vince. They even came with a quirky little jazz song you'll hear in the background.
Ooh,
I like it.
nice.
Lyrics and all, but we'll have to talk over for now. So, yep. I was, again, this is a game that I originally played back in the original Xbox, and I had remembered it. I had remembered it for a long time, and it wasn't until I think a few years ago that they made the remastered port.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like again, that just came out of nowhere.
And I was really happy. There it is. So yeah, I was really happy that this got to get some sort of revitalization, especially by the people who originally worked on it, because is it the best game? Nah, but I mean, I love the charm and atmosphere to it. So I got to show it to you, and I got to show it to you all without having to resort to Xbox simulation, because that would have been weird.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
just noticed that. Like a script editor, David Grossman. He's one of the old Telltale guys.
Oh really?
Ooh, nice.
That's cool.
That
here's the
definitely,
whole- and here's-
that definitely explains the more dry wit nature of this whole game's story.
Probably. And there's the whole voice cast up there. But James, what did you think of Voodoo Vince?
I mean, again, I played it a little while ago. I had a good time with it, but that was right around the time when I was swamped with so many other games. But seeing it all from beginning to end now, it's like, yeah, it's not that bad. I can definitely see why it didn't exactly. It didn't really make much of an impact, especially when it was on a console that was more preferred towards shooters than actual platformers. But yeah, no, on the whole, I think this is perfectly fine. And I would say that if for those of you out there that liked what you saw, want to give it a shot, I would definitely recommend getting it on Steam or
Like,
whatever.
50 paper kittens gave their lives, 200 balls of wine were consumed, 3,400 balls of beer were drunk, 69,000 bags of... Man.
6,900, 6,500.
They were busy.
Wow.
Why?
I'm really
like
curious as to who took their sweet time cataloging all that.
I'm sure someone on it, but I mean, if that alone should give you some sort of glimpses to the tone and like the humor they had going into this.
Definitely.
Hi, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it looks pretty neat. Like, honestly, I'm kind of in... I don't know if he did brought it up, but I guess that is something I will say. There is a part of me that does kind of miss, like, the... Not even just, like, the platforming, but just, like, the overall, like, dry tone that platformers had around this time, where it's, like, you know, they weren't, like, all over the place, but they weren't afraid to just be kind of bold with their tone and whatnot, and it's just... Like, granted, I think we sort of get a return to that with stuff like Psychonauts 2, but it would be nice to see more platformers embrace, like, a sense of humor like that.
Oh, just in general, and
Yeah.
I'll have something to say about that as well. But first, Jordy, since you were here for actually the majority of the parts, what did you think of Voodoo Vince?
I liked it, honestly. It was really charming. Again, I liked the black comedy feel of it with the, the humor. And just in general, it seemed like something that I am honestly glad that I got to experience with you guys.
Good to hear.
Aw.
And yeah, no, that whole thing with black comedy, it's like, yeah, no, this game's actually... I'm honestly surprised with how much is put on display here, even on the most subtle bits. Like, I know it was played up comedically, but what I said is true. Basically, the game ends with the main villain and his lackeys literally being murdered via being turned into balloons and then getting popped.
Yeah, that's one
they
thing.
mess with matters greater than themselves.
I mean, I will admit, like I mentioned before, I think that is one, like, missed opportunity. Like, I feel like instead of just using, like, you know, Vince poking himself, causing the balloons to deflate, why didn't he just use the pen to pop them the old-fashioned way?
I don't know. It's
Well,
the
I mean,
matter.
it plays up with the theme. That's all.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
what the
perhaps.
intention was, just to play up with the theme that, you know, he's a voodoo doll. It hurts other people. He doesn't get hurt.
Though I guess in some ways he's got to be one of the more elaborate voodoo dolls, considering his magic can pretty much work on anything, not just whatever he's fashioned after.
Yeah, but yeah, and so going off of that, what you remind me of, Hype, is that I think this game to me represents like that magical time of the gaming industry where everyone was experimental and trying wacky things and throwing everything to the wall and see what sticks. And
Even if it's nothing like super duper concrete.
but yeah, but I do miss that time period. Like everything's played so safe, and we know live action, realistic looking in-game models work, so make everything look like that.
Well,
That's the best way you can show off how well your graphics are and stuff.
Well, I wouldn't say, like, nowadays we play it safe, because we definitely still have, like, a good amount of creativity and whatnot in the gaming industry.
Uh-huh.
It's just that I feel like in terms of tone, I don't think we've ever had anything quite like this era again.
Fair enough. So yeah, with that, I am. That's it. We finished Voodoo Vince, and yay! We no longer have to worry about. No, that's another one of my wacky little ideas off the table. So I appreciate you all joining me for this. So in terms of other smaller projects, I do have a Turok for the cool enhanced port that they made of that game.
Yeah, that one that you can also play on Switch.
Yep. So we'll maybe do some of that, or maybe transfer to one of our other projects. I think in terms of our recording sessions, I think we're a little overdue for some more Samus.
Yeah. With that all said and done, we'll see you all next time for whatever else we have on our plate.
See you guys.
See ya! Sorry about that, I had to leave.
Alright, you had your fun. Now please go home.
Wait, was that doll always there on the table?